Hello, everybody. Yoko 007 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we've got the 12 and 15 Detroit Tigers taking on the 13 and 15 New York Yankees. This is game two of a three-game series between the Tigers and the Yankees. Yankees taking the first game of the series. Tigers looking to see if they can tie it up. Yankees looking to see if they can win the series. Who's going to win? We're going to find out in 9 innings time. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Detroit Tigers. Leading off this catcher, Ivan Rodriguez. Batting second, the second baseman, Presidio Polanco. Batting third, the designated hitter, Gary Sheffield. Batting fourth, the right fielder, Maglio Ordonez. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Miguel Cabrera. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Carlos Guillen. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Edgar Rentia. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Marcus Thames. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Brandon Ing. On the mound for the Yankees, it is Andy Pennant. Pennant comes in today's game with a 5.05 starting ERA. He's got 2 wins and 2 losses. He's pitched 30 and 1/3 innings, allowed 37 hits, 21 strikeouts, and 8 walks. We're here at the house that Ruth built, Yankee Stadium, which gives a +1 to strikeouts and a -1 to walks. And with that, Ivan Rodriguez makes his way up into the batter's box. He's batting a .253, and we're ready for the first pitch. And that is a 2-4. Column 2, row 4. Possible error on a ground ball. Now, on a possible error, we're going to take a look at the number in the brackets. Whose error range are we checking? And that'll be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. And that will be a power hit to Abreu. On a 1, it's a single. 2 to 7, it's a double. 8 to 12, it is a triple. And if it's a 13 or higher, it will be a flyout. It is a 10, so that is going to drop in for a triple. No error there. Abreu's error range is on a 1 to 2. That is a 6, so no error there. And Ivan Rodriguez will lead this game off with a triple. All right, let's take a look at the starting defense for the New York Yankees. We've got Damon out there in left field. Cabrera will be in center. Abreu will be at right. Going around the horn, we've got Gonzalez on third. Jeter will be at short. Kano will be on second. Gambini at first. Milan will be behind the plate. And Penitenti will be on the mound. Presidio Polanco is up. He's batting a .363. Whenever we have runners on base, we do roll for strategy, and that roll is a 7. So the Tigers are going to stand pat on that. Also, the infield is playing in, and when the infield plays in, the range, that is the first number in the infielder in the set of numbers for the defense, is a -2. And the base run rating on third is a -2. So those are the only modifiers that are made when the infield is in. And here is the pitch to Placidio. And that'll be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. That is a walk. On a 1 to 7, remember we -1. That's a -1 modifier for walks. That is a 7. The 17 is too high. And that'd be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. Power hit to Abreu. On a 1 to 5, it's a single. 6 to 12, it's a double. And that is a 9, and that's going to drop in for a double. So 1 run will score. Polanco will go to second, and the Tigers strike first. It's 1-0 Detroit. And with that, Gary Sheffield is up. He's batting a 253. Infield is back to normal depth. And when the infield is at normal depth, the base run rating on third gets a +2. Strategy roll is a 17. Tigers are going to stand pat. Runner on second, no outs. And that'll be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. That is going to be a walk on a 1 to 10. That is a 3 in range, and that'll be a walk. So runners on first and second with no outs. Infield moves to double play depth as Maglio Ordonez comes up. He's batting a 350. Strategy roll 19. Tigers are going to stand pat on strategy. And when the infield moves to double play depth, remember the range is a -1. Ground double play rating will get a +1. And the base run rating on third gets a -1. And here is the pitch. Runners on first and second with no outs. And that'd be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. It's a range play. Now, on a range play, we check the first number of the defense position. Whose range are we checking? And that'd be a 3-3, column 3, row 3. That is a pop up to second base to Kano. His range is a 1 to 3. So in a 1, 2, or 3, it shows up on a D6. He'll make the catch. If it's a 4, 5, or 6, he won't be able to make the catch. It's a 6, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. And we'll check for runner advancement with no outs. Everyone is safe on that one. Bases are loaded. Strategy roll is a 1 and no outs. Miguel Cabrera batting a 260. Infield moves to the infield moving in. And here is the pitch. 1-2, column 1, row 2. It's a range play. By the way, Kano on his range plays, he's 5 for 11. And that'd be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. That is a double to Cabrera. Cabrera's range is on a 1 to 3. It's a 1. Cabrera makes the catch. And that'll be a 1 out. Now we'll check for sacrifice play. Sac fly range is a 5. And we roll 1d6 if it's less than the sacrifice rating of the batter plus the MOD, the runner scores. That is a 5. The die roll is a 5, and that is a sac fly. So with that, Polanco will tag up. He'll score. And the Tigers take a 2-0 lead here in the top of the first. Carlos Guillen batting a 274. Strategy rolls a 17. And here is the pitch. And that'd be a 3-1, column 3, row 1. Now, Carlos Guillen is a switch hitter. So whenever you have switch hitters, they will be batting in the opposite direction of the pitcher. So in this case, he's going to be batting right for right now. So we'll look to the right-handed side of the slash. And that is a walk plus. Now, on a walk plus, we add 10 to the strikeout range, -1 for the -1 modifier here at Yankee Stadium. So we add 9. That is a 1 to 23. That is a 14. And that is going to be a walk. So 1 out, the bases are loaded, and here comes Edgar Rentia. He's batting at 270. Strategy roll 17. Infield at normal depth. The Tigers are going to stand pat. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 1-1. Column 1, row 1. Possible error on a throw. And that'll be a 1-6. Column 1, row 6. Ground ball up the middle to Andy. He'll make the catch. And error range is on a 1 to 5. That is a 2. He'll throw it wide to first. It's a 2-base error. So 2 more runs will score. And it's 4-0. And it's a mark. They'll mark that one down as an E1 on that one. Goal in the third. Rentia to second. And with that, Sheffield and Ordonez score on an error by the pitcher. They're going to send him. Strategy rolls at 1. It is a still attempt. They are going to send him. And that is a 3. The 11, he got caught stealing. He tried to steal home, but they threw it quickly to the pitcher, who tags him and gets the out. And that'll put 2 away as Marcus Thames is up. He's batting a 308, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 3-1, column 3, row 1. That is a walk plus. On a 1 to 18, that is an 8, and that'll be good for a walk. Brandon Ing, batting an 086, strategy rolls a 16, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 6-5, column 6, row 5. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 15. That is a 15. Struck him out. And that will retire the side. So 4 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error, and 2 left on for the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the first, and here is the starting lineup for the New York Yankees. Leading off, the left fielder, Johnny Damon. Batting second, the shortstop, Derek Jeter. Batting fourth, the right fielder, Bobby Abreu. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the designated hitter, Hideki Matsui. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Jason Gambini. Batting sixth, the center fielder, Milky Cabrera. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Robinson Cano. Batting eighth, the catcher, Jose Molan. And batting ninth, the third baseman, Alberto Gonzalez. On the mound for the Tigers, it is Jeremy Bonderman. Bonderman comes in today's game with a starting ERA of a 3.74. He's got 2 wins and 1 loss. He's pitched 31 and 1/3 of an inning, allowed 30 hits, 18 strikeouts, and 17 walks. And with that, Johnny Damon makes his way up into the batter's box. He's batting a 343, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. That is a wild pitch. Nobody is on, so we're just going to roll for the batter. And that'll be a 3-5, column 3, row 5. Fly ball back there to center field. Ing will get underneath it. Makes the catch and puts 1 away. Let's take a look at the starting defense for the Detroit Tigers. We've got Thames out there in left field. Ing will be in center. Ordonez at right. Going around the horn, we've got Goulden on third. Rentia will be at short. Polanco will be on second. Cabrera is at first. Rodriguez will be behind the plate. And Bonderman will be on the mound. Derek Jeter batting a 235. 1 out, nobody on. And here is the pitch. And that'd be a 2-2. Column 2, row 2. Now, S1 in brackets. Now, we consider that a blank right now because Jeremy has not faced his allotted number of batters. And that'd be a 2-2. Column 2, row 2. That is a double out there in the center field. One hop plays it as it hops off the wall, throws it back into Rentia, and they'll hold Jeter at second. And that'll bring up Bobby Abreu. Abreu batting a 274. Strategy roll is a 12. One out, runner on second. Infield at normal depth. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 5-2. Column 5, row 2. That is a strikeout on a 1-10. That is an 8. Struck him out. And that'll put 2 away. And with 2 outs and a runner on base, we do add a +1 to the base run rating. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Hideki Matsui. Matsui batting a 365. Strategy roll is a 9, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 1-1, column 1, row 1. That is a split result. Hideki is a left-handed batter. So we're going to take a look at the left-handed side of the slash. And that is a walk. On a 1-9, the 16 is too high. And that'll be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. Fly ball back there to left field. Thomas will get underneath it, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Yankees. After 1, it's Tigers 4, Yankees nothing. We go to the top of the second, and it's the top of the order. Ivan Rodriguez, Placidio Polanco, and Gary Sheffield due up for the Tigers. Ivan Rodriguez is 1 for 1 today with a triple and a run scored, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1-9. That is an 11. The 11 is too high. And that'll be a 5-5, column 5, row 5. Ground ball up the middle to Andy. He'll make the catch, throw it over to Gambini. Gets the out in time, and that puts 1 away. Presidio Polanco is 1 for 1 today with a double, a run, and an RBI. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. That is a split result. That is Polanco being a right-handed batter. So we'll take a look at the right-handed side of the slash. And that is a base hit up the middle. Smacks that past Panettende. And with that, Polanco will hustle down to first. However, he'll beat the throw, and he is called safe. Gary Sheffield is up. He walked and has a run scored. Strategy roll is an 8. Tigers going to stand pat. Infield at normal depth, 1 out, runner on first. And the pitch is a 3-5. Column 3, row 5, that is a strikeout. On a 1-11, the 14 is too high. And that'll be a 1-1, column 1, row 1. Fly ball back there to Damon. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. Maglio Adonis, 1 for 1 today with a run scored. Strategy roll is a 12. Tigers are going to stand pat. And the pitch. And that'll be a 6-4. Column 6, row 4. Home run on a 1-8. That is an 8. And that ball is out. out of here. Fly ball down the left field side. Damon goes back, but that ball is into the upper decks here at Yankee Stadium. It's a 2-run home run for the Tigers. It's 6-0. And with that, Miguel Cabrera batting a 260, 2 outs, nobody on. And here is the pitch. Tigers out to a 6-0 lead. 1-2, column 1, row 2, and that's going to be a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that'd be a 4-6, column 4, row 6. Power hit to Cabrera. Cabrera on the Tigers comes into the game so far with an RBI. That's all he has. On a 1-5, it's a single. 6-8, it's a triple. It's a 14. It's a flyout to Cabrera. He's running back. Range is on a 1-3. It's a 1. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. 2 runs, 2 hits, and no errors, and none left on. We go to the bottom of the second. Jason Gambini, Milky Cabrera, and Robinson Cano due up for the Yankees. Jason Gambini batting a 186. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 4-3, column 4. Row 3, that is a walk. On a 1-14, that is an 8. The 8 is in range, and that'll be good for a walk. So with that, Gambini will trot on down to first, and that's going to bring up Milky Cabrera. Cabrera batting a 207. Strategy rolls an 11. The infield is at normal depth. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 1-1, column 1, row 1. That is a split result, Cabrera being a switch hitter. So he's going to be batting left. So we'll take a look at the left-handed side of the slash. And that'll be a walk. On a 1-4, the 15 is too high. And that'll be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. Ground ball to the shortstop, Torrentia. He'll make the catch. We will check for double play depth on that. When balls are hit to the shortstop, the pivot will be second base. Polanco adds 0. 0 from the ground double play rating off the pitcher. So the ground double play rating is a 2. Now, we take 1d6 rolled against the ground double play rating. And if it's a 1 or 2, it becomes a double play. So the rule says if the roll is less than or equal to the ground double play, it is a double play. It becomes a double play. It's a 6-4-3 double play. Double play there, and that will clear the bases. And that'll bring up Robinson Cano. Cano batting a 215. And here is the pitch. 2 outs, nobody on. And that'll be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. That is a walk plus. So that'll be a 1-12. That is a 12 in range. And that'll be good for a walk. So Kano will trot on down to first. And that'll bring up Jose Milan. Milan batting a 170. Strategy roll is a 7. The Yankees are going to stand pat. And the pitch. And that'll be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. That is a walk. On a 1-5, the 7 is too high. And that'll be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. Fly ball back there to Thames. He'll get underneath it, makes the catch. And that will retire the side. So that retires the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors. And the Yankees do leave one stranded. After two, it's Tigers 6, Yankees nothing. We go to the top of the third, and it'll be Carlos Guillen, Edgar Rentia, and Marcus Thames due up for the Tigers. Carlos Guillen walked his last time up. And taking a look here, they're going to send Independent back out there on the mound. Even though right now his pull rating is at 0, he is still, they're going to send him back out there. And that'll be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. That is a Golden being a switch hitter, batting left. He's batting right, sorry. He's batting right, so that's going to be a base hit. So Golden will trot on down to first. He's safe, a single. Edgar Rentia is 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 10, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 6-1, column 6, row 1. That is a walk. On a 1 to 12, the 17 is too high. And that'll be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. That is a base hit, past second base, past Kano. And with that, Guillen will go to second. But does he pick up third? Does he pick up the extra base? Does he go from first to third? He will advance from first to third on a base run rating of a 3 to 6. That is a 3. And we have runners on the corners. Marcus Thames is up. He walked his last time up. Strategy roll is an 8. The infield is at normal depth. And here is the pitch. No out. Runners on the corners. Infield playing normal. And that'd be a 3-2, column 3, row 2. It's a wild pitch. On a 1 to 11, it's a wild pitch. 12 to 13, it's a passed ball. 14 or higher, nothing happens. It's a 12. It's a passed ball. And it's a foul ball. We're going to re-roll the die. And that'll be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 19. That is a 1. Struck him out. Brandon Ing, 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Strategy roll is a 10. The Tigers are going to stand pat. And that'd be a 2-4, column 2, row 4. Possible error on a ground ball. Whose error range are we checking? And that'd be a 1-1, column 1, row 1. Ground ball to Gonzalez. His error range is on a 1 to 10. It's a 6. It's an error. It's a 1 base error. 1 run will score. Ing will make it to first on an E5. So it's a throwing error by the third baseman. So we'll mark that one down as an E5. And that'll put runners on first and second. Strategy roll is a 20. Now, anytime a 20 comes up on the strategy roll, that's a pickoff attempt. On a 1, it's a pickoff. 1, it's a balk. 2 to 10, it's a pickoff. 11 is a pickoff error. It's a 15. Nothing happens. And Brandon Ivan Ing is 1 for 2 today with a triple and a run scored. And that'll be a 1-3, column 1, row 3. That is a range play with the @ symbol. Now, when the @ symbol is the result off of the picture card, you'll resolve the play using the home team's ballpark card. So in this case, we're going to resolve the play using the Yankee Stadium ballpark card. And that'll be a 1-3, column 1, row 3. And that's a base hit to Kano. However, it is a range play. So on a 1 to 4, Kano will make the catch. And that is a 4. Kano will make the catch. And that'll put one away. And we will check for double play rating. That is a -1. That's a -2. Ground double play rating is a 1, and the roll says if the roll is greater than the runner on first, it's a force out at second. So in this case, Rentia will go to third, and with that, Ing is forced out at second, and Ivan is on by fielder's choice. And next up, it's going to be Presidio Polanco. Polanco is 2 for 2 today with a double, 2 runs, and an RBI. Strategy roll is a 2. 2 outs, runners on the corners, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. By the way, for Kano, he's 6 for 12 on his range plays. And that'll be a 6-1, column 6, row 1. And that will be a ground ball to Kano. Range is on a 1-4. That is a 1. Kano will make the catch. Quickly goes tags second base. And that will retire the side. So 1 run, 2 hits, and 1 error, and 2 left on for the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the third, and it's Alberto Gonzalez, Johnny Damon, and Derek Jeter due up for the Yankees. Alberto Gonzalez is batting a 154, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 4-2, column 4, row 2, strikeout plus. On a 1-18, that is a 20, and the 20 is too high. And that'll be a 6-2, column 6, row 2, ground ball down the first base line to Cabrera. Cabrera will make the catch. Bonderman comes over, tosses it underhand, and they'll tag the base. And that'll put one away. We go to the top of the order, Johnny Damon. Damon is 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. That is a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that'll be a 6-1, column 6, row 1. It's a base hit past the shortstop. Rentia's range is on a 1-3. It's a 4, and it'll skip right off the tip of his glove. And with that, Damon will get on base. So it's 1 out and a runner on first. Rentia is 6 for 10 on his range plays. That'll bring up Derek Jeter. Jeter is 1 for 1 today with a double. Strategy roll is a 4. 1 out. They are going to send him. And that is a 10. So let's see. That's a 13 -2. That's going to be a -3. No, Damon's left, so it's just going to be a -1. So with that, he will advance to second. All right, here is the pitch to Jeter as Damon successfully steals second base. And that'll be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. That is a walk. On a 1-9, that is a 5. And that is good for a walk. So with that, runners on first and second. That's going to bring up Bobby Abreu. Abreu is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Strategy roll is a 16. Infield at normal depth. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 3-2, column 3, row 2. That is a possible error on a throw. And that'll be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. It's a base hit out there into center field. Ing, his error range is, throws it to Polanco. Polanco's error range is on a 1-3. That is a 1. It's a throwing error. And that is a 1-base error. So with that, Damon will come around to score. Abreu goes to second, Jeter to third, and the Yankees get on the board. It's 7-1. The one out runners on second and third, and that's going to bring up Hideki Matsui. Matsui batting he is 0 for 1 today, and here is the pitch. Strategy roll is a 10. The Yankees are going to stand pat. And that'd be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. That is a strikeout on a 1-9. That is an 8. Struck him out. Struck him out, and that'll put 2 away. Strategy roll is a 20, and that is going to be a pickoff attempt on a 1-3. It's a pickoff. 4-6, it's a pickoff error. It's a 13. Nothing happens. Jason Gambini walked his last time up. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. That is a blank. And that'll be a 4-4, column 4, row 4. Power hit to Ing on a 1-6. That's a single. 7-12, it's a double. 13-15, it's a home run. It's a 9. It's a home run. Excuse me there. And it's a 3-run home run by Jason Gambini off the batter's eye. And that ball is out of here and into Memorial. Shoots that one into Memorial Park. And with that, the Yankees cut the lead down to 3 for Jason Gambini. That is his 4th home run of the replay. And that'll bring up Milky Cabrera. Cabrera is 0 for 1. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 2-4. Column 2. Column 2, row 3 is at the ballpark. We're going to go to Yankee Stadium for this one. And that'll be a 2-2. Column 2, row 2. Power hit to Thames on a 1-9 single. 10-16, it's a double. 17-19, it's a home run. It's a 14, and that's going to drop in for a double. And Cabrera will keep the inning alive with a 2-out double. And here comes Robinson Cano. Cano walked his last time up. Strategy roll is a 6. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. That is a blank. And that'll be a 3-5, column 3, row 5, double star 4. Ground ball down the third baseline to Golan. He'll make the catch. And that'll be out number 3, and that will retire the side. So 4 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error, and 1 left on after 3. It's Tigers 4, Tigers 7, Yankees 4. We go to the top of the 4th, and it's going to be Gary Sheffield, Maglio Ordonez, and Miguel Cabrera due up for the Tigers. Andy Pennant going back out there on the mound. He can face 7 more batters before he is considered tired. Top of the 4th, Gary Sheffield up. Sheffield is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. And the pitch. And that'll be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. Excuse me there. Hit by pitch. Andy Pennant gives a -2 to hit by pitch range. That makes it a 6. The 18 is too high. And that'll be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. Fly ball back there to Damon. Damon will make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Maglio Ordonez is 2 for 2 today with a home run, 2 runs, and 2 RBIs. And that was his second home run of the replay so far that he has hit. And that'll be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. That is a blank. And that'll be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. Fly ball back there to Cabrera. Cabrera will get underneath it, makes the catch, and puts 2 away. Miguel Cabrera, 0 for 1 today with an RBI. And here is the pitch, 2 up, 2 down. And that'll be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. And that will be good for, and that, excuse me there, that'll be good for a base hit. So Cabrera will keep the inning alive with a 2-out single. Bullpen for the Yankees starting to get warmed up here. Carlos Guillen is 1 for 1 today with a walk and a run scored. Strategy roll 17. Tigers are going to stand pat, and that'll be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. That is a blank. And that'll be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. Fly ball back there to Cabrera. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Jose Milan, Alberto Gonzalez, and Johnny Damon due up for the Yankees. Jose Milan is 0 for 1 today, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 4-4. Column 4, row 4, double star. Now, double star off the pitcher card. What you'll do is, if you're playing the physical game, you're going to roll 1d6, and that'll determine the auto out. Here in the PC game, it'll randomly choose it, and it's a ground ball down the third baseline to Guillen. He'll make the catch, and that'll put 1 away. Alberto Gonzalez, 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. That is a strikeout on a 1-8. The 3 is in range. Struck him out. Struck him out, and that'll put 2 away. Johnny Damon, 1 for 2 today as we go to the top of the order with a run scored. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. That is a blank. Damon. And that'll be a 5-6, column 5, row 6, ground ball to second base to Polanco. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors as the Tigers retire the Yankees in order. It's 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, and no errors. After 4, it's Tigers 7, Yankees 4. We go to the top of the 5th, and it's going to be Edgar Rentia, Marcus Thames, and Brandon Ing due up for the Tigers. And with that, we do have a new pitcher on the mound for the Yankees. And with that, so the Yankees are going to bring up they're going to bring in, let's see, Chris Britton will get the call up here. Britton will come into the game with no ERA. He's got 1 win, no losses. He's pitched 5 2/3 innings, allowed 4 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Take a look at the stats here for Independent. He pitched 4 innings, allowed 8 hits, 7 runs, 7 earned runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, 1 home run, an ERA of a 6.30. And with that, Edgar Rentia is up. He's 1 for 2, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. That is a double star. And that's going to be a fly ball back there to Cabrera. He'll make the catch, and that puts one away. Marcus Thames, 0 for 1 today with a walk and a strikeout. And that'll be a 1-3, column 1, row 3, home run on a 1-18. That is a 12, and that ball is crushed. Smacks it down the right field side of Abreu running back, but that ball is into the second deck, and it is out of here. See you later. And the Tigers take an 8-4 lead on a solo home run by Marcus Thames, and that is his 6th home run of the replay. Brandon Ing 0 for 2 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. 1 out, nobody on. And that'll be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. Wild pitch, nobody is on, so we're gonna roll for the batter. And that'll be a 2-4, column 2, row 4. Ground ball to the shortstop to Jeter. Jeter will get it, throw it over to Gambini. And that'll be 1 away, and that puts 2 away. We go to the top of the order. Ivan Rodriguez is 1 for 3 today with a triple and a run scored. And that'd be a 4-4, column 4, row 4. That is a double star, and that is going to be a fly ball back there to Damon, who will make the catch. And that will retire the side. 1 run, 1 hit, and no errors, and none left on. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and it's Derek Jeter, Bobby Abreu, and Hideki Matsuri due up for the Yankees. Jeter is 1 for 1 today with a double, a run, and with a walk and a run. And that'd be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. That is a strikeout on a 1-9. The 10 is too high. Jeter 2-2, column 2, row 2. That is a double out there to Ing. Plays the one hopper off the wall. Ing will catch it, throws it quickly in. Rentia will make the catch there, and they'll hold Jeter at second. So Jeter will lead off with a double. And that is going to bring up Bobby Abreu. Abreu is 1 for 2 today with a strikeout, a run, and an RBI. Strategy roll is a 13, and the Yankees are going to stand pat there, infield at normal depth. And the roll is going to be a 5-5, column 5, row 5. That is a strikeout on a 1-10. The 19 is too high. And that'll be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. Ground ball down the first baseline to Cabrera. He'll make the catch there. And when balls are with a ground out and runners with a runner on second, the runner will advance when balls hit the first, second, or the catcher. So Jeter will move up 90 feet. He'll go to third, and the out will be at first. So 1 out, runner on third, 90 feet away from home, and that's going to bring up Hideki Matsui. Hideki is 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. Strategy roll 14, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 2-2. Column 2, row 2, that is a blank. And that'll be a 2-6, column 2, row 6, double star 2. That's going to be a fly ball back there to Ing. Ing will make the catch. And makes the catch, and that'll put 2 away. We'll check to see for the sac play. Sacrifice play is a 2, and when balls are hit to center field, remember it's a mod rating of a +2 to that. So that's a 2. The die roll is a 1. It is in range. Jeter will tag up as that ball is hit far enough. He will score. And it's 8-5 Yankee. It's 8-5 as the Yankees cut the lead down to 3. Jason Gambini is up. Gambini is 1-for-1 today with a home run, or a walk, a run, and it's a 3 RBI day for him. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. That is a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that is going to be a 1-1. It's a line drive down the third baseline to Golan. His range is on a 1-3. It's a 4, so Golan can't make the catch. We're going to roll 1d20 on a 1-4. It's a double. 5-20, it's a base hit for a single. It's an 11. And with that, Gambini will get on with a base hit. So he can't make the catch, as it'll go right past him, and with that, Gambini will get on with a safe on first. That's a 2-out single. Gambini keeps the inning alive for the Yankees, and that's going to bring up Milky Cabrera. Cabrera is 1-for-2 with a double. Golan, by the way, is 3-for-8 on his range plays. And here is the pitch. Strategy roll is a 10, by the way. Yankees are going to stand pat. And that is going to be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. That is a blank. Cabrera being switch hitter, so he's batting left. And that'll be a 3-1, column 3, row 1. Ground ball to Polanco. He'll make the catch. And that will retire. The side. So 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors, and 1 left on for the Yankees after 5. It's Tigers 8, Yankees 5. We go to the top of the 6, and it's going to be Placidio Polanco, Gary Sheffield, and Maglio Ordonez due up for the Tigers. And with that, Chris Burton going back out there on the mound again. He can face 3 more batters before he's considered tired. Polanco is 2-for-3 today with a double, a run, 2 runs, and an RBI. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 1-5, column 1, row 5. That is a strikeout on a 1-5. The 2 is in range. Struck him out. Struck him out, and that's going to bring up Gary Sheffield. Sheffield is 0-for-2 with a walk and a run. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. That is a double star, and that's going to be a fly ball back there to Damon. He'll make the catch. And that puts 2 away. Maglio Ordonez 2-for-3 today with a home run, 2 runs, and 2 RBIs. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 3-3, column 3, row 3, walk plus. On a 1-20, that is a 10, and that'd be good for a walk. So they'll walk Ordonez, and with that, Chris Brighton is now tired. So Miguel Cabrera is up. 2 outs, runner on first. Cabrera is 1-for-2 with an RBI. And here is the pitch. Strategy roll, by the way, is a 1. Tigers are going to stand pat. And that is going to be a 1-1, column 1, row 1. Possible error. Whose error range are we checking? And that'll be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. That is a double to Cabrera. Cabrera's error range is on a 1-4. It's a 14. No error there. Smacks a double. Ordonez will go to third. Does he go from first to home? That is the question. So on a 2-5, if the roll is less than or equal to the ABR, the runner advances. Otherwise, they hold. Ordonez's base run rating is a 2. The die roll is a 5. And that will be a hold. Carlos Golan is 1-for-2 with a walk and a run scored. Strategy roll is a 15. Infield at normal depth. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 5-2, column 5, row 2, double star. That is a blank. And that'll be a 2-3, column 2, row 3, double star 2. And that's going to be a fly ball back there to Damon, who will make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, one hit, no errors, and two left on for the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the sixth. It's going to be Robinson Cano, Jose Molan, and Alberto Gonzalez due up for the Yankees. Jeremy Bonderman can face three more batters before he is considered tired. Most likely this is going to be his last inning. The bullpen for the Tigers is starting to get warmed up. Robinson Cano 0 for 1, walked his last time up, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 1-1. Column 1, row 1, that is a walk. On a 1-2, the 3 is too high. And that'll be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. That is going to be a fly ball back there to Ordonez. He'll make the catch. And that'll be one away. Jose Milan 0 for 2, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. That is a blank. And that'll be a 5-6, 4-6, sorry, column 4, row 6. Fly ball back there to Ing. Ing will make the catch. And that puts two away. Two up, two down, and Alberto Gonzalez is up. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. That is a blank. Gonzalez, 4-4, column 4, row 4. Fly ball back there to Thames. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. Everybody there in the outfield made a catch there, right? It went right to left on that one. No runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on as the Tigers defeat the as the Tigers retire the Yankees in order. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors. After 6, it's Tigers 8, Yankees 5. We go to the top of the 7th. It's going to be Edgar Rentia, Marcus Thames, and Brandon Ing due up for the Tigers. Chris Brenton is done, and they are going to bring in Brian Brudney. Brudney is going to get the call up here. Brudney will come into the game with a 2.60 ERA. He's got 1 win and 1 loss, 1 save. He's pitched 17 and 1/3 of an inning, allowed 9 hits, 21 strikeouts, and 8 walks. Taking a look at the stat here for Chris Bretton. Bretton went 2 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 1 home run, an ERA of a 1.17. Now, Bretton does come into the game with a special K rating. We'll talk about the special K when that comes into play. Edgar Rentia is 1 for 3 today, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 3-1, column 3, row 1. That is a blank. Special K rating on a 1-7. The 11 is outside of the range. So now we'll take a look there at the 1-6. Column 1, row 6. It's a ground ball up the middle to Brudney. He'll make the catch, throw it over to Gambini. And that is out number 1. Before anything off the batter's card, we always check for the special K rating first when a pitcher does have the special K. Marcus Thames, 1 for 2 today with a home run, a walk, a strikeout, a run, and an RBI. And that'll be a 3-2, column 3, row 2. Hit by pitch, that's a -2. Marcus Thames has a 0, so he does not get hit by the pitch, got out of the way in time. Special K rating on a 1-2. On a 1-7, the 2 is in range. Struck him out. And that'll put and that puts 2 away. That's the first strikeout for Brudney. Brandon Ing, 0 for 3 today with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. It's a range play. On a 1-7, the 15 is outside of the range of the special K, 2-2. Column 2, row 2. It's a ground ball up the middle to Brudney. His range is on a 1-3. It's a 4. It'll get right past him. Ing hustles all the way down to first. Gets by him, and Ing is safe with a single. And with that, it's a 1-out base. It's a 2-out single. We go to the top of the order. Keeps the inning alive a little bit here. Ivan Rodriguez is 1 for 4 today with a triple and a run scored. Strategy roll, by the way, is an 18. That's going to stand pat there. 5-1, column 5, row 1, double star. That's going to be a fly ball back there to Cabrera. He'll make the catch and sing. Take me out to the ball game. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the 7th, and it's the top of the order for the Yankees. Johnny Damon, Derek Jeter, and Bobby Abreu due up for the Yankees. Jeremy Bonderman coming out of the game. He is tired, so we do have a new pitcher here as we head to the bottom of the 7th. And the Tigers do have, they're going to bring in Casey Folsom. Folsom going to comes into the game now with a 2.31 ERA. He's got 1 win and no loss. He's pitched 11 2/3 of an inning, allowed 8 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Jeremy Bonderman. He went 6 innings, allowed 7 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 home run, and ERA of a 4.35. So let's take a look at the box score after 6.5 had been played here at Yankee Stadium. So the Tigers came out swinging. They've scored 4 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second, a run in the third, a run in the fifth, 8 runs on 11 hits with 1 error. The Yankees have scored 4 runs in the third inning, a run in the fifth. It's 5 runs on 7 hits and 2 errors. 3 errors committed between both teams in this entire game and 18 hits between both teams. And with that, it is the top of the order. Johnny Damon, 1 for 3 today. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 4-1. Column 4, row 1. We're going to start this off with a double question mark. Now, double question mark off the pitcher card. That is the only thing we do follow even when the pitcher is not tired. And it's going to be a double star on a 1-17. That is a 20. It is too high. 3-1, column 3, row 1. That's going to be a fly ball back there to Adonis. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Derek Jeter, 2 for 2 today with 2 doubles, a walk, 2 runs. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 4-5, column 4. Row 5, that is a strikeout on a 1-8. That is a 6. Struck him out. And that'll put 2 away, and that's going to bring up Bobby Abreu. Abreu is 1 for 3 today with a strikeout, a run, and an RBI. And here is the pitch. And that'd be a 5-5, column 5, row 5. That is a double star, and that's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop, Torrentia. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on as the Tigers send the Yankees down in order, 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on. After 7, it's Tigers 8, Yankees 5. We go to the top of the 8th, and it's going to be Presidio Polanco, Gary Sheffield, and Maglio Ordonez due up for the Tigers. All right, here's the pitch to Polanco, who was 2 for 4 today with a double, a strikeout, 2 runs, and an RBI. Actually, the Yankees are going to make a change. They are going to make a change at first base. Gambini is going to come out, and they are going to bring in Cody Ransom. Actually, Shelly Duncan. Duncan is, yeah. No, they're going to go with Cody. Cody Ransom is going to take over at first base. Gonzalez over at third. They're going to leave everybody else the same. So that's the only change right now, 5-5. Column 5, row 5, double star. That's going to be a fly ball back there to Damon. Damon will make the catch and put one away. Gary Sheffield 0 for 3 today with a walk and a run. Sheffield's going to take the hit. And that'll be a 4-3, column 4, row 3, double question mark on a 1 to 19. That is a 6. It's in range, and that's going to be a fly ball back there to Damon. 2 away, and that's going to bring up Maglio Ordonez. Ordonez is 2 for 3 today with a home run, a walk, 2 runs, and an RBI. And 4-1, column 4, row 1. That is a blank. And that'll be a 3-2. 1 to 7. That is a 7. Struck him out. And that will retire the side as the Yankees retire the Tigers in order. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Hideki Matsui, Cody Ransom, and Milky Cabrera due up for the Yankees. Casey Folsom, done. We do have a new pitcher on the mound, and they're going to go with Todd Jones. They're going to go with Aquino Lopez. Aquino Lopez is going to step up. He comes into the game with a 2.90 ERA. 1 win and 1 loss. He's pitched 9 1/3 of an inning, allowed 8 hits, 6 strikeouts, and no walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Casey Folsom, he went 1 inning, allowed 1 strikeout, an ERA of a 2.12. And with that, we do have a change here at first. Cabrera going to come out at first base, and they are going to bring in. So what's going to happen here is Cabrera going to come out. We're going to go to first. Gulen is going to go to first. And at third base now, it's going to be Brandon Ing. Ing will take over at first. Oh, Ing is already in. So we're going to use Mike Hessman. Hessman's going to come in there. So that's the changes there. So that's going to be the only change they're going to make. And Hideki Matsui is up. Matsui is 0 for 2. And Matsui is going to take the hit. And that'll be a 5-4. Column 5, row 4 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Yankee Stadium. And that is going to be a 6-2. Column 6, row 2, HR 8. It's a home run on a 1-11. That is a 3. And Hideki Matsui hits a blast out of the ballpark. Dead center off the batter's eye, and it cuts the lead down to 2 as Hideki Matsui hits a home run. See you later. And the Yankees cut the lead down to 2. Hideki Matsui, that's his 5th home run of the replay. Cody Ransom up now. He's batting a 500. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. That is a strikeout on a 1-15. That is a 15. Struck him out. And that'll put one away. Milky Cabrera, 1 for 3 today with a double. And Cabrera going to take the hit. He's a switch hitter, so he's batting left. And that is going to be a 5-4, column 5, row 4 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Yankee Stadium again, 4-3, column 4, row 3. It's a ground ball to second base. Polanco will get that, throw it over to Gulen. And that'll be out number 2. 2 away, and that's going to bring up Robinson Cano. Cano is 0 for 2 with a walk. Cano going to take the hit. And that'll be a 3-5, column 3, row 5. Possible error. And that'll be a 4-5, column 4, row 5. That is a split result. That's going to be a ground ball down the first baseline. And error range for Gulen is on a 1-11. That is a 16, no error there. And that will retire the side. So 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and none left on. After 8, it's Tigers 8, Yankees 6. We go to the top of the 9th. It's Mike Hessman, Carlos Gulen, and Edgar Rentia due up for the Tigers. Let's take a look at the box score real quick after 8 innings had been played here at Yankee Stadium. Tigers scored 4 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second, a run in the third, a run in the fifth, and 8 runs on 11 hits with 1 error. The Yankees, 4 runs in the third, a run in the fifth. They just picked up a run in the 8th inning. It's 6 runs on 8 hits with 2 errors. It's a 2-run game as we head to the 9th. Will we see some 9th inning magic? Ryan Butney coming out of the game for the Yankees, and they are going to go with, I want to say, Kyle Farnsworth. Yep. So Kyle Farnsworth going to get the call up here. He'll come into the game with a 4.50 ERA. No wins and no losses. He does have 1 save. He's pitched 4 innings, allowed 4 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Taking a look here at the stats for Brian Butney. He went 2 innings, allowed 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, and ERA of a 2.33. So the heart of the lineup, 5, 6, and 7. And here is the pitch to Hessman. Hessman, 5-2, column 5, row 2. That's a wild pitch. So no runners on. So we're going to roll for the batter. And that is going to be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. That's a home run to Damon. Fly ball down the left field side. Damon going back, but that ball is out of here. Solo home run for Mike Hessman. And it's a 3-run game. It's now 9-6. And that is Hessman's first home run of the replay. Carlos Gullin up. Gullin is 1 for 3 today with a walk and a run. Gullin going to take the hit. And that'll be a 1-2. Column 1, row 2. That is a blank. And that'll be a 6-6. Column 6, row 6. Fly ball back there to Damon. He'll make the catch, and that puts one away. Edgar Rentia, 1 for 4. And the pitch. And that'll be a 3-5. Column 3, row 5. That is a walk. On a 1-6, that is a 5. The walk is in range. And that'll put that'll put a runner on first. Marcus Thames up. Thames is 1 for 3 today with a home run, a walk, 2 strikeouts, a run, and an RBI. And here's the pitch. 1 out, runner on first. Strategy rolls are turned off. And the reason they're turned off right now is we take the difference in the score. It's a 3-run game. So we take the difference of 3, add it to the inning we're in. So 3 plus 9 is 12. The number you get when you add the difference to the score to the inning that we're in, you do not roll for strategy until you bring that number down to 10. And that is a 4-3, and that's going to be good for a drop in for a base hit. Rendia will go to second. Will we pick up the extra base and go to third? He'll go from first to third on a 4-6. That is a 2. He will hold. And with that, Farnsworth is tired, but they are going to give him one more pitch here. Brandon Ing is 1 for 4 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 6-5. Column 6, row 5. Possible error on a throw. And that will be 2-5. Column 2, row 5. Fly ball back there to Cabrera. He'll make the catch. Error range for Cabrera is on a 1-4. Kano 1-5. No error there. And that'd be 2 outs. So we go to the top of the order. Ivan Rodriguez up. Rodriguez is 1 for 5 today with a triple and a run scored. Rodriguez going to take the hit. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 4-1. Column 4, row 1. That is a blank. And that'll be a 6-3. Column 6, row 3. Ground ball down the first baseline to Ransom. He'll make the catch. And that will retire to the side. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on for the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Jose Millan, Alberto Gonzalez, and Johnny Damon due up for the Yankees. Aquino Lopez is done, as we do have a new pitcher on the mound. They are going to bring out their closer. So Lopez is done, and they are going to bring in Todd Jones. Todd Jones is going to come in and try to get the save here. He comes into the game with an 8.57 ERA. No wins and 1 loss. He does have 2 saves. He's pitched 6 1/3 of an inning, allowed 8 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 1 walk. 8, 9, and 1 due up in the lineup. Let's take a look at the stats here for Lopez. He went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout, 1 home run, an ERA of a 3.49. There have been 5 home runs in this game so far between both teams. Jose Millan 0 for 3. Millan not going to take the hit here. And they are going to bring in Justin Christian. Christensen. Christensen going to take the hit. And that'll be a 1-1. Column 1, row 1. Range play at the ballpark. And that'll be a 5-4. Column 5, row 4. Ground ball to the shortstop, Terentia. His range is on a 1-3. It's a 6. He can't make the catch. And with that, Christensen will get on. Christian will get on with a base hit. So they're not going to bring in a pinch runner here. Oh, yep. So Alberto Gonzalez is up. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Gonzalez going to take the hit. No outs, runner on first. And that's going to be a 6-1. Column 6, row 1. That is a blank. And that'll be a 2-3. Column 2, row 3. It's a pop-up down the third baseline to Gonzalez. He'll make the catch. And that'll put one away. We go to the top of the order. Johnny Damon, 1 for 4 with a run scored. Damon going to take the hit. And that'll be a 1-3. Column 1, row 3. That is a blank. And that'll be a 4-1. Column 4, row 1. Fly ball back there to Thames. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 1-2 away. Derek Jeter is up. He's 2 for 3 with two doubles. A walk, a strikeout, and a run. It all comes down to Jeter. Can he keep the inning alive? Here is the pitch. Jones waits for the sign. He gives up the first one. Passes on the second. He'll take the third one. And that is going to be a 5-2. Column 5, row 2. It's a hit by pitch. Jeter gets hit on a +10. That makes it a 20. The die roll is a 20. And that puts runners on first and second. And here comes the tying run to the plate. Bobby Abreu. He is 1 for 4 today with a strikeout, a run, and an RBI. Todd Jones is tired. And that is going to be a 5-6. Column 5, row 6. Home run on a 1-20. The 5 is in range. It needs to be a 10 or less. It's a 20 outside of the range. 1-6. Column 1, row 6. It's a ground ball down the first baseline. Goulin will make it. And that's the ball game as the Detroit Tigers defeat the New York Yankees. Final line score of a final score of 9-6. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on for the Yankees. Final line score coming right up. So the Detroit Tigers defeat the New York Yankees. Final score 9-6. Tigers, 9 runs, 13 hits, and 1 error committed. The Yankees, 6 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors committed. Jeremy Bonderman picks up the third win. He'll go to 3-1 on the season. Andy Pennant will pick up his third loss. He'll go to 2-3 on the season. And Todd Jones will pick up his third save. Maglio Adonis hits his second home run of the replay. Marcus Thames hits his 6th home run of the replay. Mike Hessman hits his first home run of the replay. Hideki Matsui hits his 5th home run of the replay, and Jason Gambini hits his 4th home run of the replay. It was a big game for home runs today, 5 of them. So let's take a look at the stats here for the pitchers. Jeremy Bonderman, who will pick up the win. He went 6 innings, allowed 7 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 home run, and an ERA of a 4.35. Andy Parrott will pick up the loss. He went 4 innings, allowed 8 hits, 7 runs, 7 earned runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, 1 home run, and ERA of a 6.30. Kyle Farnsworth, the last pitcher up for the Yankees, he went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 1 home run, and ERA of a 5.40. And Todd Jones will pick up his third save of the replay. He went 1 inning pitched, allowed 1 hit by pitch, and ERA of a 7.40. So with that, the Detroit Tigers will improve to 13-15, and the New York Yankees will drop to 13-16. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and a thumbs up on your way through the turnstile as you catch the 4, the B, and the D train here in the Bronx on your way home. And remember to click that bell notification to be notified of when new videos in the 2008 replay go up and when I go live with all of the Philadelphia Phillies games. Until then, I'm Yoko007. We'll see you for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone.